I wanted to make this video for those of you who are dating because I think a lot of times as a therapist that we sit back and wait for people to come in and tell us about, what the issue is. And those issues are usually things that I believe we could have prevented if maybe the therapist would have put out information about how do you know when a relationship is complicated? How do you know when something isn't right? Now, although I'm saying that, and I want to make this guide for you, it's a guide for kind of being cautious if you see these complications show up in your relationship. I also understand your situation at the time. Like, it's not uncommon for me to talk to a 41 or 42-year-old that is getting married for the first or second time, and they tell me in the middle of when they're married to this person, I knew at the beginning, my gut told me that this was just not going to work, that this was not a good relationship. But because of what they wanted and because of their feeling at that time, hindsight's always easier. You start feeling almost magical, like, well, for me, I'm going to make it work. Yeah, that usually doesn't happen. 80% of the time, if you have a gut feel or one of these cautious situations, you would be better off to leave it. There is that 20%, and if you're desperate enough or you want it enough, you probably will go to the 20. But before you do that, just listen to this video again, okay? Because at least then you're knowing you listened to a therapist, you knew what you were getting into, and maybe it will help you be more cautious going forward. So the first thing is, if they're still entangled with their ex, it's complicated. It's not going to be good for you. And this is on again, off again pattern, recently broken up and emotionally unavailable, or living together, co-parenting without clear boundaries. It's just not going to work. And if I were close to you at all and you told me any of this, I would say just get out now. It's not worth your time. Married or in another relationship. I know many of you date married people, and I've seen you in my practice, and I'm telling you now, you are setting yourself up. Unless you like the situation that you're the third person, that you're never going to be number one, even though they say you are, I just think you would waste your time. Get out now. And this involves like separated but not divorced, secretive about their status, or they claim to be leaving their partner soon. And the best one is, I would leave today, but my partner says they would take their life. Do not buy that. That usually is not true. Unclear orientation or intention. If they're exploring their sexuality or their identity through you, or they're emotionally unavailable due to some inner conflict they have, or they lack clarity about what they want, this is a wishy-washy person. This person is telling you that they have boundary issues. They've got a lot of growth to do. And if you get involved, you're going to end up managing them. And nobody wants that, especially after they've been with this person for a year and they're still like this. It's complicated if they're emotionally unavailable. If they recently ended a serious relationship, or they don't want a label or commitment, they communicate with mixed signals, this is an emotionally immature person. And you don't even need this kind of person as a friend. They're always going to be a problem. They're always going to be an extra person you have to take care of. The ex of a close friend or family member. If there's a risk of loyalty, conflicts, or drama, it's not going to be worth it for you. I know some of you do like drama, but this is a bad situation to be in because it's somebody's close to you's ex. And they're going to be telling you things, they're going to be thinking things, and it's going to cause problems for you. Any emotional baggage from the past, any of that dynamic, unresolved feelings about your social circle or theirs, that's a complication you don't need. And it might seem picky, But there's so many people out there without that, that why would you settle for someone like that? Workplace power dynamics are a big one. A lot of people meet their forever person at work. So if it's a supervisor, subordinate, or colleagues, I would just stay away from it. It's not going to probably end well for you. It can lead to professional conflicts or pressure, and it can blur boundaries between work and personal life. And it might fit your situation now, but what happens when you want to climb up the ladder, or they want to climb up the ladder? Where are you going to be? And if they're higher than you on the ladder, are you going to be their subordinate at home and at work? That boundary gets blurred. And couples have a lot of conflicts anyway with their personal life. Why add work life into it? Long distance without a plan. Now, I'm going to be honest, a lot of my couples are long distance, but they have a plan. They have a vision, and that's okay. But if they don't have a plan, if there's no vision, oh, we get together when we can, it's not a good vibe, and it's not somebody who really wants you. It may foster emotional detachment when the two of you are together, and it just won't work. You can't fix that kind of problem. Active substance abuse, any kind of active substance abuse, you are not with a boyfriend or girlfriend, you are with an addict, period. If they're using and you're dating, you need to leave that relationship. That needs to be a line in the sand. That needs to be a boundary. For therapists' opinions, we all kind of stand on the same side of the fence with that. If your partner that you're dating is addicted to something, you are better off leaving the relationship, not offering a second date. Financial dependence or any kind of instability financially. How somebody handles their money is how they handle their responsibility with loving you, with generosity, and also with being a family person. If they don't handle their money well, they're not going to handle your marriage or your love well. They don't handle vows well, because if they're flaky with money, if they abuse money, they're going to abuse personal boundaries with you. Not only in what they tell other people, but they're going to blur boundaries with sacredness of what's okay, what's faithful, and what's not. They're always going to be on the edge. So if you see money problems, get away. Not only for the debt that they're going to hand on to you, but because it's a bad sign of how they'll handle their love life. Emotionally manipulative. We know so many people now who use emotions to try and get or control people to do things for them. When you see that, you don't need to explain why you're leaving. You just need to say, I need to deal with someone who is transparent and honest, and I am not feeling that from you in this relationship. Any kind of serial dater or habitual cheater, you can't reform it, you can't fix it, just get out of it. And any fixer-upper. If they have a problem, the first date, when they tell you the first or second date, take it seriously. People tell you who they are. And if they come to you always feeling like you're a therapist, or they can talk to you so easy, or you begin focusing on their potential instead of who they are, remember, who they are is who you are going to end up with. Not what you want for them, but who they are. So fixer-uppers, I say no. I hope this video helps you. Take it personally, take it honestly. I'm a seasoned therapist. I've been doing this for a long time. And I think if you know these things up front, by the second or third date, if you see these things, you're going to do better for yourself and this person in the long run, because you won't be enabling them to let them go. If this video is helpful for you, please subscribe. And if you're already a subscriber, thank you so much.